Okay, and we're live. All right, Alexa, stop.
Choose X Store for project success. Over 130 pre-built websites, seamless building with a top-notch page builder, and over 15 sales-boosting features. Join 40,000 satisfied customers who love X Store.
Don't kill me.
I'll help you get your revenge.
Dying Light the Beast. Get 25% off.
No copyright gaming, we bring that heat. Hard rock vibes with a heavy elite. Electric solos, fingers burn on the fret. Nano card vibes, no regrets, no.
Hello? Hold on. Can't hear you. Are you there? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't know why I can't hear you. Let me try again. You hear me now? I cannot hear you. Mic levels, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Can you hear me? Might not be there.
This is a flamethrower.
Nope, can't hear you. I see you're trying to talk.
A yummy wake up.
Not
A
happening.
medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
How about now? Hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Miss American Angel, I miss the way you stare. A motion picture in your eyes, your story still to share.
Testing, testing. Oh, there it goes. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Looks like we're not getting any music, though. That's interesting. All right. Looks like we're not getting any music, though. That's interesting. Oh, maybe that's why. Oh, maybe that's why. I don't know what's going on. Oh no, I have to turn that up. Hold on. All right, we're back. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. How you guys doing tonight? All right, so we're gonna do. Oh shoot! Ah, I didn't mean to do that. Duh! I'm on the wrong layer. So we're I'm working on some concept stuff today. This is for an upcoming comic I'm going to be working on. I don't want to give too much away just yet. But it's going to be live on my Patreon for those interested. So I'm just kind of concepting. As you can tell, this guy is clearly going to be in an orange jumpsuit. This is going to be a prisoner outfit. I just kind of want to mess around with some colors and see how it goes. I hate drawing like just the front straight view. Looks very square. Yeah, I know why. Yeah, this is just, like I said, just kind of coming up with the concept and the idea, getting the colors and the, like, do I even like this kind of idea down? I'm gonna go with, actually, just kind of a light gray in the background. That's gonna make everything kind of come forward, and we're gonna play around with this a little bit. Where are we at? Where are we at? Maybe he's out of service now. Stinker fans. It does kind of make him look long, yeah? I like the hairdo, kind of. Really trying to find like a painterly brush. I don't have any. If it has any suggestions, let me know. Something that I can actually paint with, because I do not like these built-in ones that they have. Yeah, not a huge fan. screw it. We're gonna do that. All right, let's see how we're doing here.
This is a flamethrower, and this is the Prusa Core 1 3D printer. Prusa asked me to tell you why you should buy one, and unfortunately gave me too much creative freedom. So now, I'm gonna set it on fire. And I did this to prove 2 points. That Prusa makes the best 3D printers in the world, and that they're built to last. Also, I'm gonna hit it
Actually,
with
you know
my
what?
cards.
We're gonna go. We're gonna do. I gotta learn to just erase through. That's something I gotta learn how to do
It's an investment.
more of.
It's built to handle almost anything. That printer we set on fire was affected so little, we had to burn it multiple times before it even looked like anything happened. I didn't do anything. It even still worked fine after we hit it with my car. It is absolutely still perfect. That's crazy.
Hello,
Hey,
Tovar.
there. Can you hear me?
Why is you not listening to me?
My microphone wasn't working.
What
I'm
is
sorry.
going on? I cannot hear anything.
Sorry.
Hello,
Can you hear me now?
I do not know why.
Can you hear me now?
I still cannot hear you.
Why? Really?
For whatever reason, I cannot hear you.
How about now?
Hello,
How about now?
can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I'll call your telephone.
Saving you money. I have a feeling that didn't look like it was supposed to look on camera. Or if you just want to unbox, print, and never touch a hex wrench again, you can do that too. The Core 1 is powerful enough for professional engineers and easy enough for your first print. Now the Core 1 sports a CHT high flow nozzle so you can print fast with any filament, and industry-leading cooling that actually keeps up with that speed. The load cell sensor perfects your first layer precision, and their award-winning extruder delivers unmatched quality. But that's just enthusiast talk for if you want to print it, this can do it. You can slice custom projects easily on their world-class slicer, or just print one of 4 million projects from printables.com with EasyPrint, which they also built. Power, speed, and a community of users all over the earth. And that's because they're all about being open. Open source, open to upgrades, and even their founder, Joseph Prusa, was open to being in this video.
I wasn't. Who the proved that?
That's right, the Core 1 basically sells itself. It's not just a printer, it's the last one you'll ever need. And if you don't believe me, there's even a website you can buy it on. They really thought of everything.
I said you better watch what you're doing, 'cause I ain't gonna stop when I'm moving. I'm headed to the top, I'ma do it. I'm headed to the top, I'ma prove it. And baby girl, I like what you do.
No problem. No problemo. Oh. It should be. Okay, it's working now. Test. Why am I hearing myself? Blah, blah, blah. It's cutting me out, though. Da, da, da. Da, da. What is going on? It's being weird. Why is it doing that? Okay. Can you guys hear me weird? What is happening? Hold on. All right. Let's see if that works. It's picking up something now. I don't know what the heck it's picking up. Test. There we go. Testing. That's better. Okay. Okay. We're good. Alright, sorry guys. That was weird. Alright. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start this over, guys, because this is like not working the way I want it to. And I'm still really new to this method of painting.
Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, so apparently Discord is not liking. There's something wrong with the processing of the audio.
It's not liking sharing the CPU.
It's got to be something.
So you're wait, you're on Twitch right now, you said?
I'm on Twitch and the YT. I don't know
From
which
the
one. I'm not,
YT.
yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm not allowed to say. Yeah, what would
Well,
YT stand
let
for?
me switch over there real quick.
Okay. Okay, this is not. Why is this not hard? This is a hard brush, but it's not hard. What is happening? It's still very soft. Actually, that is probably exactly what I want.
All right, Jake, have a good one.
All right, you too, thank you.
What are you getting off of work?
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fantastic.
Alright, this guy's got. He's a little too, like. Maybe a little too shredded for what we're trying to go for here. Kind of imagine kind of a. Sort of handsome looking dude. I don't know.
So.
I'm just kind of doing some concept stuff right now.
Kind of what?
I'm doing some concept-y stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why my speaker is so low. My hearing is going bad or what?
It could be me. I don't really know what's going on. I can't tell what's going on with the mic right now, so it's telling me one thing and then it's, I don't know, like you can't hear me, so I don't know. Hey, what's up, everybody? I got 2 people hanging out in the stream. What's going on? One of those you.
So I think I'm hearing double. How do I mute you on YouTube?
What are you using right now? Your phone?
That?
Or are you using your phone or are you on a computer?
I'm using my phone.
Then you just gotta hit the microphone button. Or not the microphone, the speaker button on the video to mute it.
What? There's a speaker button on the video?
Yeah, it should be at the bottom of the screen.
You know, this is why things suck sometimes.
You're ridiculous. Alright, we're gonna go with this. So I'm like Admittedly, I'm trying something completely new that I have no idea what I'm doing, so bear with me, guys. Maybe he looks too much like Reed Richards now. Oh, do. Don't know what I'm listening to. What am I listening to? There we go. I don't know if I like this face design. I might have to scrap this. Let's see. Let me. Maybe if I'm about to muck around a little bit with.
Are you drawing Doctor Strange?
No, I am not.
Are you drawing Reed Richards?
I am not.
Are you drawing a new concept?
I am, indeed. Yeah, I'm trying to keep him a little bit away from those guys. Might not be doing a great job so far.
If you hear crinkling paper, don't worry, I'm just wrapping a present.
Aw, presents for me?
Or I'm eating takeout. You decide.
Ooh, food for me? So I met a new friend today, it seems. His name is Hostile Graveyard. I admittedly, I'm actually not really too familiar with him, but yeah, I guess it's nice. It's nice to meet new friends. Hold on. Let me send this guy a link. Share. Copy. Where did that pop up? There it is. Can I paste from the internet from here? No, I cannot. Will that work? No, darn it. Now, hold on. There we go. Let's get the people in here. So are you eating or are you wrapping presents? What are you doing? Can you hear me? Bamf, can you hear me? Did my mic go out again? No, it says it's working. Michael, can you hear me?
All right, what's up?
I said, so are you eating or are you wrapping presents?
Wrapping presents while I'm eating.
All right, that's weird, but okay.
I'm sorry. I'll take this away.
Oh no,
That way it's not so
I can't.
loud.
No, I can't hear you. I was just asking because you mentioned it. You're good. It's not. Yeah, it's not like you're disturbing the stream. I was just asking. You okay, mate? You okay? I don't know. I actually don't know how to draw a non-muscular dude very well. I gotta figure that out.
What's that?
So I don't know how to draw a non-muscular dude very well. I gotta figure that out.
You don't know how to draw a non-muscular dude?
Yeah, just a normal average dude. I mean, I guess he's not super average. So, I mean, the dude's a time traveler. He's got to be a little bit buff, but.
Well, if you want to learn how to draw non-muscular, average-looking dude, look up some Uncanny X-Men when Sylvester used to draw
Okay.
the Uncanny X-Men, and you will see how to draw normal people.
All right. I'll check it out. All right. Hostile Graveyard. What's up, dude? Feel free to drop a what's up if you're hanging out in the chat. Gonna fix that. We're just doing some concept stuff, so I'm really just kind of messing around today. This is a fun sesh. I have a bazillion things I should be doing. One of which is doing a Moppets homage cover, which I only reason I'm not doing that right now is because I ain't got no money for that. But yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. He says, "I'm with you, brother. Rock on, man. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna do a little bit of anatomy stuff and just kind of, like I said, mess around a little." I think that belly button's way too low. I'm gonna draw this out, then I'm gonna add the brain fire. I'm gonna add the coloring and costume stuff over top. So, but how you doing tonight, man? How you doing tonight? Yeah, I saw you were messaging me, so I figured I would just say, hey, hey, I'm live if you want to tune in. So that kind of worked out. So I would have felt bad if I left you on red, but you've been like, "Wow, oh, this dude left me on red, but he's ignoring me." Like, So Banff, dude, you gotta give me some like comic numbers, bro. Like when is Silvestri? When was his run? Like in the 300s ish? Earlier than that? Later than that?
Dude, no. He started his run. Like the solid run on Uncanny X-Men number 220. I think he had like one tryout record or tryout one. I think like around 217 or 219.
Yeah.
But like, no, not 219. It was 218, I think. But anyways, yeah, he did predominantly everything with like some fill-in artists here or there. But the ones that you kind of want to check out is like 220 through Follow the Mutants through what is it called? I forgot what it's called. Earthfall. That was like where the Brood show back up.
Okay.
But yeah, essentially, man, he he knows how to draw drapery, clothes. He does a lot of his stuff is very, very gestural, very naturalistic. So I think like, you know, muscular dudes predominantly are not natural looking, right? As far as like, oh, you don't really see muscular dudes in like natural poses, right?
Yeah.
That much.
Yeah.
So you wanna go ahead and you wanna kind of study from, you know, from like what you see at the grocery store and stuff like that. But yeah, I would really check out if you can get the essentials,
Mm-hmm.
X-Men essentials, and that way you can just like kind of check out the black and white
Okay.
stuff, and you'll be able to pull a lot more from that. But
Let's.
yeah, so let's say you wanted to do the essentials X-Men, get like start from volume 7.
Okay.
Um, but if you want to pick up some single issues, some of them might be a little bit pricey. I would start picking them up from issue number 220, and he's like all the way up to like I don't know, and kind of mixed in until Jim Lee kind of popped in and kind of took over, but he was there for a while. So
Hostile Graveyard says, so you think Jason's got the Lobo solo deal or what? And yeah, definitely send reminders for these because I'll always find time. Hey. Yeah, I think it's confirmed at this point that Jason Momoa is Lobo. Yeah, I think so. I've not heard. That's pretty much all I've heard about Lobo right now. I mean, yeah, he's in the trailer too. So, you saying like you think he's permanently Lobo, or I'm not sure what you're asking.
well, I know that he's supposed to be in there in Supergirl, but maybe what that guy's asking is there going to be a solo movie of Lobo?
Oh, I think so. I think it's planned. I think it's on the docket. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. But I guess we'll see how well he's liked in this new movie. My problem is I'm not excited. I'm excited for Supergirl only because it looks like it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 2.0, but in the DC universe. So,
Wait a minute, I thought Guardians of the Galaxy 2.0 was Guardians of the Galaxy 2.0.
It was. I mean, like in the DC universe, though. Now we're doing it. It just seems like we're redoing it in the DC universe. I feel like we're just reliving Guardians because that's what was done right. I don't know why. Why am
Like I
I
said, man, they should just give me hundreds of millions of dollars, and I'll go ahead and I'll make something.
There you go. Hostile says exactly. Basically, yeah. LOL. Yeah, dude. I definitely think so. All right, we're gonna start adding some elements. I want to give him a collar. I want to give him a collar because he starts off. He's in his This character starts off. He comes in and he's got shackles. He's actually tied up. So I'm just kind of designing the character, the original character design first, and then I'm gonna design like everything else beyond that.
Yeah. Now they dropped the ball big time as far as like how they could have introduced Lobo.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, dude, I had like the perfect idea for it, and they screwed it up. So.
Well, they screwed up your idea. I'm so disappointed. Did you tell them about it, or like did you have a meeting with them, or what?
I mean, if we're all supposed to be sharing the same ether, I was going to hope that they would pick it up. But
I gotcha.
Everybody's like, oh, you can't give us unsolicited ideas, blah, 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 blah. No, like, my idea essentially was, okay, would have been Aquaman, right?
Yeah.
Let's say
Okay.
Aquaman 2 or something.
Yeah.
At the very end, right, you could kind of have like a scene like the beginning scene of Mandalorian, right? So he like walks in, it's into a bar or something like that. It could be like into a biker bar. It could be the same thing from Spaceballs, right? That kind of like a diner or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
essentially, it comes in and there's a guy who has a hit, or is a bounty, right? And then Lobo walks in and then says, "What do you got?" Right? Something like that. And
Yeah.
they do like a little banter back and forth or whatever, kind of showcasing the the space, kind of like the space scene and all the aliens and stuff like that kind of litter the DC universe. And so he sits down and said, "What do you got?" And then all of a sudden, you kind of see this nondescript, maybe an Aquaman villain or something like that. And he puts down like one of those pucks, right, a holographic puck, like kind of have like again in Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, you don't really see Jason Momoa at all. You just like see like his chest, his vest, and whatever his accessories essentially. And then
Okay.
so you just kind of see him in the back, not necessarily in the background, but kind of like blurred out, but it's kind of Lobo, right? And then because he has his dog
Excuse you.
walking inside as well, right? So the bulldog,
Yeah.
and so sits down. The holographic puck pops up, and most wanted is Aquaman, and then you see Jason Momoa as Aquaman,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden, it goes from a clear holograph or hologram to a blurry hologram as Jason Momoa leans forward, right? Or Lobo leans forward, right? And he's like, "That guy's handsome. I think I'm gonna pass on that one." You know what I mean? And then right
That was a
there,
great
it's
Jason voice.
passing. It's like passing. It's passing the torch from Aquaman to Lobo, right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
passing up on any more Aquaman endeavors, but then boom, you see Lobo, and it'd be
Yeah.
funny because essentially it's the same face. He calls himself handsome, and then it goes from there, right?
Yeah.
So that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect.
Yeah. I think they're trying to avoid that like type of situation, but that is hilarious. That would have been funny as hell. I would have watched that.
Well, they're stupid. So what can I say?
Yeah. Yeah. They definitely are.
Because I mean, think about that. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and avoid any sort of that stuff happening. But you're gonna have the multiverse? Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah. He
You
wants
see
like everything to be
endless
kind of like separate, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but
But yeah,
everything can be
different.
separate, but
Yeah.
that'd be funny though.
It would be.
Because it's the end of Aquaman 2, which no one gave a crap about.
Yeah, dude.
And
I didn't even
that
watch
would have
it.
put exactly that would have put because the Amber Heard, well done, beating up Johnny Depp all the time. Um,
Yeah,
but
that
like
ruined that movie.
so like right there, that would have gave it levity. That would have gave a great transition, a palate cleanser, and people would have showed up for the movie just for the end scene.
Yeah. That'd have been funny, dude. That would have been
Like I
funny.
said, man, give me a whole bunch of money, I'll make a good movie.
Heck
A guy
yeah,
that
bro.
can't freaking edit a TikTok video.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, they changed the way that the TikTok thing works too. So,
Oh, did
yeah, I
they?
don't. Yeah, they have a new like thing at like. Yeah, I don't. Like you can do the highlight reel thing, and I don't know how that works. So I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So yeah, no, I'm with you there. It was definitely something weird going on with that situation. I didn't want this one. Yeep. So yeah, I'm just kind of messing around today with this. Oh yeah, should have screwed that up. Boop.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I gotta get these brushes down. I gotta figure this out. Like, I need better brushes for Clip Studio. I'll get there at some point. Like, the way I've been doing things up until now, I didn't need fancy brushes because I usually don't color my own stuff, but
Yeah, thanks, Hostile Graveyard.
What would he say?
2849.
Oh yeah, he said nice. So I'm just kind of messing around. I don't know if I like this idea either. I don't actually know what this character even is going to be doing later down the line. I think the whole concept idea was really for the face. But I'm just kind of having fun because I haven't really done much like just fun stuff lately. I've been doing work. We're gonna do a little bit of. Let's do a quick face. I don't know if do I want it to be long or do I want it to be muscular. What you're witnessing right now is all things that I've picked up from Ryan Benjamin. Let's see. It says, by the way, Guardians was just a tweaked Serenity or Andromeda or Farscape. Yeah, dude. Everybody's idea is stolen from somebody, man. It's there's not a lot of original ideas out there, unfortunately. So it is what it is. So I want this guy to be like an older guy. At least when we first meet him, he's supposed to be older. I think the character changes. I don't know the whole script yet. It's kind of one of those things. So I'm just kind of, like I said, just kind of having fun. This might not even make it into the comic. But
what comic is this for?
This is for King's Maker.
For who?
King Maker, it's called.
This a new idea?
Yeah, this is an idea I'm gonna be working on with TS. I think didn't I tell you about it? I didn't tell you about it.
T.S. Eliot?
Yeah, T.S. Luther. Yes, T.S. Eliot. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah. So it's a fantasy sci-fi adventure, I guess, with a little bit of time travel in it, and yeah, it's a really awesome idea. I'm very excited to work on it. I gotta meet with him soon-ish on the idea. I was actually supposed to be working on this before we were gonna work on the anthology. So yeah, I don't know. Timeline has kind of been adjusted at this point.
Well, do that. Then that way it gives me more time to do it.
That was the original idea, and then like everybody was getting like super excited and like, oh, I want to start working on this now, and I'm like, oh, okay. I was really just kind of getting interest in who wanted to work on the project, not really like, you know, I'm not really like trying to get this done ASAP. This is just kind of, but I mean, it would be nice to have a Kickstarter together and like funded, but we still gotta like market it and everything beforehand, and like it's not easy doing all that stuff.
Nope.
I mean, I marketed the Artbook for a while, and that was like, I don't know. I mean, it's almost funded, but it's gonna barely make it.
Well, how far away are you?
Right now, I'm about $200. Manelbeard came in and dropped $60 on the campaign, so that was nice of him.
Did he get the artist edition?
No, he did not. He got a small commission tier.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what my request is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Speak.
What is it? I want the 1980s the 1980s punk rock Storm.
What?
Yeah, the one with the mohawk, and she didn't
Oh.
have her powers or anything like that. She had that vest.
Dude, that is such a weird. I've gotten that request so many times in the last year. I don't know what's that about, but
What do you mean you don't know what that's about? It's like the coolest version of Storm. That's what it's about. That thing is like that's like, so what you might not know
yeah.
is that when Storm lost her powers and everything like that, she essentially took the mantle of leader of the Uncanny X-Men away from Cyclops, right?
Yeah.
While she had no power. So just like using stealth and all that and her combat abilities, she was able to best Cyclops. Now, Cyclops was very distracted about what was happening. That's why there was a game or a tryout, because Cyclops wasn't really making the calls, like the greatest calls anymore. So she took over, right?
Was he ever making the greatest calls?
Not really. I mean, the video that I tried to like put up on TikTok like 4 or 5 times and it kept like not showing up aggravatingly, kind of really pointed that out. Some of the decisions that you were making was like really kind of not the greatest. But then, you learn about trauma. You learned that he was like an orphanage and everything like that. His father was a star jammer. Didn't really come back for for the longest time. So essentially, like a pirate, a space pirate. So kind of like Quill. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy,
That's
um,
funny.
that he was bonked on the head because of like an injury, a parachuting injury, whenever he was pushed off out of the plane with he and his brother, Alex Summers.
Hmm.
And they landed pretty hard, and so that's why he doesn't have the ability to control his blast, his optic blast, because of that. Part of his brain is damaged or whatever, and so that's why he needs that ruby quartz visor and glasses and stuff. And so you never really know, dude. I mean, the guys. I mean, you think about like a lot of the superheroes and everything like that. None of them are perfect.
No.
Even though Cyclops is trying to be perfect and the perfect soldier or whatever and the leader and all that kind of stuff, it's just like, that could be a coping mechanism,
Yeah.
and sometimes with a coping mechanism, if you don't deal with what's inside, eventually that coping mechanism is not going to be good enough anymore.
Yeah.
And so I think like with him, like with his sorted passive decision making, and I don't really know what's going on too much in the present with Scott Summers or Cyclops. All I know is that he's made some pretty bad decisions,
Yeah.
heroically speaking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I've never been a Cyclops fan.
no.
Uh.
So I mean, but then again, I'm like, I like Wolverine, and this guy's like a freaking little sawed off brute killer,
Yeah.
like always like,
Let me slice him and dice him.
like smoking and drinking and womanizing and all this kind of stuff. Like, oh yeah, this guy seems like a pretty good guy. Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
like, nah. But that's the thing. Is like you look at the X-Men, you see like that's kind of the cool thing about the X-Men too. Like I said, superheroes too, is that they're all flawed, man. They're flawed, you know.
Yeah.
And you can't really expect your superheroes to really to be any different, because if they are, they're like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
It's like who's the most perfect, uh, like not like Boy Scout superhero there is?
Superman? What do you mean?
So maybe Superman, right? But even Superman, like, right, what is he dealing with, man? He's dealing with daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he doesn't have, like, he's the last of his kind. Well, I don't know what it is now, but like at the time he was like the last of his kind until he met his cousin or something, you
Yeah.
know. And like the people that he was supposed to meet, they want to go ahead and destroy the world. He's a special gift and everything, and but then at the same time, it's like thinking, oh, geez, man, my people were assholes. So he has like that whole inner, oh crap, am I an asshole too? You know what I mean? Sort of thing going on. But yeah, he generally tries to do the right thing because think about his upbringing, right? Kansas, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he just so happens to get good parents. You know what I mean? He could have easily gotten like abusive parents and everything like that, and,
Yeah,
and
then
he could
comes
have turned
nature
out to go,
versus nurture, right? Like, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he lucked out, man. He got the Kents, right, to kind of raise them and everything like that,
Yeah.
and then of course you got like Captain America, right? But Captain America is like, even though that everyone thinks he's all squeaky clean, he kind of is. He went against the government. Man without a country and stuff like that. Went against the government because he didn't believe in what the government was doing at the time.
Yeah.
That was like a storyline, what, in the 90s, early 2000s or something like that. I don't know when it was, but um, maybe before that. I'm not sure. But I mean, even then, I think that would be a great character to try to dissect, but even like same thing is like he was born and he had issues and he was scrawny and all this kind of stuff, and so he had like he just wanted to do the right thing. He didn't like bullies, right? So
Yeah.
so he has a bit of that chip on his shoulder, right? And again, it's the same thing where he goes in and he's like trying to be perfect and everything like that, and trying to right any sort of wrongs that he may have felt like he'd done. Like the same things like with what they did on Winter Soldier, right? It's like
Yeah.
he's choosing Bucky over Iron Man. That might have been an emotional thing, but that might have been, a trauma that he has, still,
Yeah.
right? That he's dealing with. So yeah, dude, I mean, think about it. And plus he's in war, right? You're doing
Yeah,
World War II
he's got a little bit of
things.
that
Guess what? You're gonna
PTSD.
have
Yeah, dealing with
he's gonna have
Bucky. Yep.
yeah, he's gonna have all of that,
Yeah.
and that's like another thing that they could actually explore a little bit more, is that, yeah, dude, this guy is heroic and everything like that. It's got the super soldier serum, and maybe like kind of delve into that. The super soldier serum kind of helps his psyche a little bit, helps repair it, you know
Yeah.
um and that was always like one of the things that I never really understood why they didn't kind of bring into the Wolverine mythos, is that, and they might have, I'm not sure, but like, it's like, oh, I don't really remember my past, and I have all these memory implants, and blah 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 blah, and all this kind of stuff. And I think he's got all of his memories back now. But think about it. If you have a mutant healing factor, right, that can heal your body, that can make it so that you don't get as drunk as you should be, that you don't get your lung cancer with all the cigarettes and cigars that you're chomping down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's essentially repairing himself, which I think he's overpowered now, but he's essentially repairing himself from like bone, exposed bone and everything, right?
Yeah.
Um, why wouldn't that also correct and protect your brain from any past trauma?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that could actually be amnesia caused by um, the mutant healing factor. That way he doesn't, that way he's not injured, whether it's emotionally or, you know, um, mentally. That could be something that they could always play with, But I think that's something that they could really kind of touch base upon on Captain America too. It's like, dude, you went through all of these things.
Yeah.
You like, you're fighting superheroes. You're seeing things get smashed and slaughtered and ripped apart and all that kind of stuff. And and these guys like shrug it off like it's no big deal, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yep, hostile. Let me catch up here. It says, and hey, I think I'm getting your angle for shaping and posing from earlier. It says, so long as Mary observes even 1% progress by next post, question mark. Oh yeah, I'll be all set. Didn't Scott actually embarrass Captain A-Hole in a confrontation, then steal his shield?
Probably.
And then he says, oh yeah, psychic scarring. Psychic scarring. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yep. That's all I can say on that. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they probably have touched on a lot of this at this point. Who knows, to be honest. Unless you've read every single book, which, some people, there's people that have. Yeah, who knows? I think that's why people really are like untuned with this new Absolute Batman series. Honestly, it's because they kind of talk about some of that stuff and
Yeah.
you know.
Dude, I mean, honestly, like you want to talk about like jacked up psyches and everything like that.
Yeah, Batman.
You got Arkham Asylum for
Yeah.
crying out loud. You're talking about like, issues right there. And sometimes they do. It depends on the writer. But again, it's just like, and I know like a lot of things, especially if it's supposed to be for kids, you really can't get into like the whole nuance of mental disorders and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or disabilities because they just might not understand it. And so I understand why they kind of like continue to just smack the crap out of the bad guys. But like,
Well,
I don't know, man. It's like I think like dependent on.
well, this is why manga is outdoing comics in the U.S. right now, is because of that exact sentiment. It's
Because of what?
Because people think comics are for kids, and it's turned into
Yeah.
this weird. Yeah, it's turned into this weird thing.
Yeah. And some comics can be for kids. You know what I mean? Like okay. So I was telling you about Sylvester, Uncanny X-Men, 220, all this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? Dude, how old was I? I wasn't even like 8 or 9 years old, I don't think, when I started reading those books. And if you read those books now, you're like, oh, dude, you shouldn't really have been reading those books, because of the content that's inside of it. Yeah, sure, you had like superheroes and a man of metal and everything like that, but at the same time, it's like, sure, I didn't get. It's kind of like Saturday morning cartoons, right? Warner Brothers. You have adult humor, only the adults will get, but the kids like the whole, base humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of stuff, and so I guess, in a way, it's making it for both. And honestly, I would probably have a different reaction to, let's say, if I go back to reading Uncanny X-Men 220, I might catch the more adult themes than when I did when I was 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
So it's a gift that keeps on giving. If I decide to go back and check it out, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
So what manga is out there right now that's like everyone's loving?
Everything, man. Hold on. Before we answer that question, Hostile says, hey, quick question. How many characters did Frank Miller arbitrarily turn into ninjas? Bruce, Logan, Matt. So who else? That is a good question. I don't know every character that Frank's worked on, but yeah, a lot of
First
ninjas.
off, I don't think Wolverine's a ninja. I think he's like a samurai. He was training under samurai, right?
Yeah, it's definitely more of a samurai. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Since he needed to try to calm his inner beast or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, definitely. Batman. Well, didn't Batman have that training before Frank Miller got to him, or no?
Oh,
I thought he said that he like had like a whole bunch of martial arts.
no, that was
skills.
definitely Frank. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think it was definitely Frank. Yeah, I could be wrong. Actually, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, you also got to think too, like Frank Miller, he was heavily influenced by manga. You know.
Yeah. He must really like that genre. He did that thing with what's that book that you had me pick up? Ronin. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So he must really like that genre in general. I don't love this. The mouth here. Oh, there we go. I moved it up an inch. Perfect.
And you got to like think too is like all these guys are coming from, they like movies like 300 Spartans or something like that. They like Kurosawa films.
Yeah.
The Seven Samurai, all that kind of stuff. So.
How the hell did I?
But I mean, if you are going to be a superhero, though, and especially if you're like a street level superhero, I think probably having that sneakiness or whatever would be a good asset to have, especially if you're not, overpowered. And you have to be able to get the drop on somebody just to have an advantage.
Right. All right, I'm gonna reset the mouth. I don't like the mouth. I think that's a good start. I mean, I like the hair, but maybe I don't like the hair at the same time. I don't know. I need more information about these characters, so we'll figure it out. Says, yup, Frank went ninja crazy in the 80s. He's still doing ninja crazy. He just came out Ronin not long ago. Although, check out Ronin if you haven't. The art in that book is amazing.
Yeah, that was a...
What'd you say? You broke up at the end there, buddy.
Second, that was...
What? Oh, you're breaking up real bad. Are you driving right now? We can't hear anything you're saying.
Ronin 2. Not excited.
All right. What did you say? Now I think I can hear you now. Say something now. Nope. All right, we lost him. So, anyways, now I gotta figure out how to come up with some ideas for some time travel tech gear. Well, I guess I don't need to necessarily, because of the way that the story is written. But yeah. All right, I feel good about that. I like that. I'm gonna save this. I'll revisit this later. I gotta do a turnaround. That sounded like Pac-Man on the Atari 2600. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that. Yeah, that was interesting to say the least. Yeah, he'll probably pop back in a minute. What the heck? This isn't freaking no copyright stuff. Yeah, very interesting. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody over here on Twitch. The T-Witch, what's up? Nope, I missed nothing. All right. Boop, 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 boop. I just want something background noise because I need it. All right, I might. All right, we're gonna do a fun thing here. We're gonna do a quick doodle homage as soon as I find a song playlist. Like, why is this? There we go. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do a homage of Batman #1. Here in a second. Oop, sorry. No. Okay, we got some music. Can you hear the music? Oh yeah, he fell off 100%. What's that? Alright, so we're gonna do this real quick. This shouldn't be too bad. Doing a quick sketch. Long live the beat. All right, good. It's not too loud, right? Oh, it sounds like it might be loud. Hold on. Let me turn it down. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Is it better now? My hair keeps getting in my way too. It's super annoying. All right, this is really bad, but this is very quick. I'm just throwing it down. I want to get the idea out. He says, all good, man. All right, now I gotta bring this in quite a bit. All right, we got the cityscape in the background.
Severe asthma says, you can't? Tespire says, you can. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over that treats your type of severe asthma. To help you prevent attacks, breathe better, and relieve your asthma symptoms. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Serious allergic reactions may occur. Get help for swelling of your face, mouth, tongue, trouble breathing. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop asthma treatments without talking to your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens.
Yes, I have a parasitic infection.
Sore throat, joint, back
I'm just
pain.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
By helping control
Yeah, I need to at some point get YouTube. Oh yeah, so turns out I was already subbed here as well as following on Instagram, but buried under a load of baloney every morning for God only knows since. Well, yeah, it's you know, it's not entirely your fault either. Even if that is the case, Meta likes to yeah, not push out my content. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's annoying. I've been struggling with it all like year. It seems like suddenly something cleared up, and now I'm finally getting people seeing my stuff, so that's good, at least. But yeah, so not entirely your specific feed's fault. If that makes sense. I gotta figure out how to make this. I gotta design. He says, makes sense now. Yeah. So this is supposed to be, it's gonna be Kermit or Gonzo. I kind of prefer it being Gonzo, but I guess Kermit kind of makes more sense. But getting the face is gonna be so hard. to look like Kermit and not Batman. So this is going to be for a cover for a comic series called The Moppets. It'll be limited. So then we're gonna do that's a little too weird. I do want him facing down. Let's see. How am I gonna make this look right? He looks like a pigeon or something. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I might just need to adjust the way that the I don't like that either. No, it looks like a bunny. All right, I like that a little bit better. And then little head. A little head, big body. Can you list real fast specific trouble areas that most likely require more attention? You mentioned rib cage before, and he looks like the Grinch. Next question. Oh. He looks like the Grinch. Yeah, I guess yeah. Could be. I'll tweak that a little bit. When you say trouble areas, what do you, like trouble areas that most likely require more attention, as in like this, or like you know, going from, you know, I guess getting better is what you're asking. All right, I think we lost Bam for the night. Yeah, I think we did. Honestly, man, if you can get the mannequin down, in general, exactly. Yeah, so like if you can get the mannequin down, I don't know, let me see. Well, yeah, kind of like I did with this concept over here. Let me... No, I guess I didn't. Did I not? Oh, I got rid of that layer. All right, never mind. Here, I'll start it. I'll do another one. Nope. Hit the wrong button. Oh, what's commonly struggled with? People struggle the most with doing the underdrawing. So, I mean, kind of like what I'm doing here. Like, you see how I'm like, I got the rough shape, the shoulders, and now I'm going to go in with the tubes for the arms where I want them to. I mean, I have a kind of more specific way I do it now that I'm a little more advanced, but I mean, if you can get this down to a science and get it so you can draw it every single time from any single angle, then you'll be on your way to a pro faster than most people, because most people skip all that. They're like, oh, I want to do all the pretty details and I want to do all this other stuff. So if you can do the mannequin the best, like there's several ways you can do this, and it's really going to be whatever's easiest and quickest, best for you. Is, you know, so I mean, obviously I'm doing a big circle shape for the upper torso because this is absolute Batman. He's huge. So I take the circle, you know, I obviously split it in half. I level the top off. I use this part for the shoulder, and then the rest of this is the body. So, you know, I got the circles that fit inside here. Again, this is exaggerated a little bit because this is freaking absolute Batman. And then this is the neck hole right here, right? This is the neck hole. So you got your neck here, and then your face here. You know, just start doing things like with very basic shapes. You know, practice this, get it down. You know, I guess maybe I'm gonna move this out just a little bit more. You know, tube for the bicep, and then now you got to think that the lower arm or the forearm intersects, and then so like I did the circle method, right? So you got these big traps, you got the shoulders. You've already established this framework that you need to start laying anatomy over top once you get to that stage, right? So you got the shoulders, you got the biceps. Now, like, again, there's several ways you can do this. I carve in the rib cage right here. And once you get past this stage, then what you want to do is kind of start working with proportions. So then I'm gonna do like a normal box for the waist, right? This is a male, obviously. Otherwise, this would be a lot wider and, you know, would come out if it was a female. And then, yeah, you've got the basic shapes you need. For the form for the character, right? I mean, everything is simple. I mean, you don't even have to do this. The tube coming out of the leg, tube coming out of leg. Start there. Then you can layer the anatomy on top. Then you can interlock, right? So we have the interlocking of the forearm. Right? Because the arms are kind of like chain links, right? So you got chain link number 1, and then you got chain link number 2. And honestly, like, Dave Finch will teach this a lot better. And then even shoulder is chain link number 3, right? So this is your bicep, and forearm, right? And then your hand, right? So I'm sorry if I kind of ran through that. But does that help a little bit? So like, work on this for like a bit, and then start moving it around. You know what I mean? Then start figuring out, how does it look sideways? Then how does it look? You know, how does it look? How is it gonna look bent over? Then you kind of start messing with that. But then, like, so when you're doing the mannequin, kind of figure out where everything is placed and how high and low everything has to be placed. So, like, you know, simple measurements are, like, something stupid is like your hand is like 3/4 of your face. So you don't want to make it too small or much bigger than that unless you're doing that for a specific reason. Most heroes are, why is it pencils this way? Are you know, measured by heads, right? So you got 9 heads tall. That's probably isn't perfect, but establish yourself some landmarks, like, you know, that the chest lands about here. So I know that there's a clavicle here, obviously, and the clavicle doesn't sit straight across. It sits, you know, down to up, especially when you're bigger, because your shoulders start to raise up as you have more muscles. So the clavicle on you or I might be normal, might be kind of a little bit less slanted, you know, a little less slanted. But on a muscular hero, they have bigger shoulders, so everything gets kind of moved around a little bit. So angled, and then you have the chest, and the bicep will always connect to the chest. You have that shoulder and bicep. Connect shoulder, bicep, right? So you always make sure you have the bicep connected in some way to the chest, unless you're obviously not seeing the bicep, right? Bicep, then it stretches. Then you have the bicep undercuts into the bicep under here. So these are all simple things, like, you know, just, yeah, make sure you're studying your anatomy, but get the proportions down. And this guy might be just a smidge tall. And your belly button's about there. Again, this is not copyright music, so I'm gonna get striked for this. That's annoying. That's okay. But if you have any questions, I know my anatomy in this specific instance, the anatomy kind of looks a little bit like a life field. It's not really someone I model my art style after. If you like life field, I mean, some people do. That's cool. I've seen people draw similar to him and whatever. Yeah, so it's hard because there's so many like levels and layers to this, and that's why like it's sad when people don't realize how awesome comic art is, because so many people just like plop it out and whatever, but most people copy things, and there's just so many things to learn in this, because you have the figure, you have, you know, how you want to break down the figure, and you might at some point learn to break this down completely different, versus like other people, you know, will draw it one way, you'll draw it one way, and again, you might break it down differently. So then, like, on top of this, once you learn this, then you start learning more gestural stuff. You start practicing gesture. I mean, once you get this down, if you want to start doing gesture drawings, I recommend doing gesture drawings, you know, doing long form gesture drawings with the mannequin first, and then doing like 30-second things. There's websites that you can just look up like gesture drawing, and there's websites that you can replicate that. So yeah, hopefully that was kind of helpful. Like I said, there's tons of layers to this too, right? So yeah, you know, work on that kind of stuff and you'll get it, dude. You will get there, my friend. We all start somewhere, dude. So, and then there's shape language. Those are like more advanced techniques. Like you see how I have like kind of like sharpened the shoulders and stuff on Batman here. Bat Kermit. Thanks, brah. Absolutely, man. Anytime. No problem. Tell your friends. I don't know. Maybe I made him too big. Obviously, my version is a little bit more stylized. It's so silly. Bat Grinch. He's supposed to be Bat Kermit, as he's a Muppet. I'll work on that a little bit. Let's see, I think like... He looks so derpy now. I gotta figure that out. Maybe I changed the character. Maybe Kermit is not fit to be Batman. I don't know. If I tilt the eyes sideways, maybe. Maybe that's a little better. That looks so ridiculous. So will WOTC fix 6E or repeat the screw over 5E? WOTC. What is that? I'm not sure what that means, boss. Yeah, better though, he says. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll figure this out. I'll figure this out. Make him look kind of mean. With bulgy eyes. Sorry, Dungeons and Dragons. So, Dungeons and Dragons. You know, honestly, I have not. Oh, okay. I have not played Dungeons and Dragons in forever, brother. I have not had as much time as I'd like to do that. Wizards of the Coast. Oh. Oh, did you mean Magic the Gathering? Is that what you meant? Is that what you're talking about? He says, oh, wow, damn, same here. I think then I can... There we go. I think that's better, actually. Oh, yeah. I like that better. That's way better. Yo! There it is. Right there. They own both, actually. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Wizards of the Coast owned it. I guess that kind of makes sense. I play Magic the Gathering. Although, god damn. Talk about some power creep, man. On these newer sets. I don't know if you play, but... I don't know. I still have fun with it, but... Whew. There we go. I don't use GoDaddy. Go to Sketching the Beast and message him if you want a website. It's almost got 2 layers of F and A, B, C, and D. Yes. He means business, bro. Alright, I gotta figure out how to do this knee coming forward thing. I'm gonna have to adjust this arm to make it a little more organic. There you go. Oh, I want to just go into doing this, like colors and everything, but I shouldn't. I should do this physically. I need like a... Oh, shush, you silly ad. Alright, dude, I might call it a night, my friend. I think we'll end it there. Yeah, you have a fantastic night. Yeah, I'm going to call it for the night, and I will be back on probably, what is today, Sunday? I'll probably be back on YouTube Wednesday. Yeah, it'll be Wednesday, and then whatnot will be Friday nights. So until then, you have a fantastic night. Thank you for tuning in and chitty chatting, and I will catch you on the flip side, bro. Have a great night. Peace.